Welcome to a go. This weekend we attended an estate auction of a professor that had quite the collection of books, including tons of philosophy, classic literature that included a really cool J.R. Tolkien book collection. And the whole reason we went was for the art and architecture books.
Christmas, sold at $5.
Number
19. You don't want them both at $5 a piece. Look at them coats. Who wants this one for $5?
Look at them three coats and all them Christmas lights.
12 and a half. Anybody get on them? Anybody get on them? I make $12 and a half. Sold at $10. Well, you get in 12 and a half, and 15, and 17 and a half, and 20, and 50, 20, and 50, 20 to 50, 20 to 50, and 20 to 34.
Hey, and this right here.
So here we are at a home studio, and let's get to showing you some of the books we picked up. We got quite a bit of paperbacks, dime store paperbacks, and I'll be taking all these to the antique booth. Some of the books I'll be keeping for myself because they're really cool and add them to my collection. Picked up Kurt Vonnegut, Mother Night. Not sure how to pronounce that name. There's a whole bunch of these. Very interesting ones. Donald King. Nope, wrong. Donald King. It's appreciations of Japanese culture. Might have to look through this one. Looks interesting. The Reprieve. Jean-Paul Sartre. Confessions of Zeno. The stories of Brice DJ Pancake. Let's see what this is. A young writer of such extraordinary gifts that one attempted to compare his debut to Hemingway's. Another one of these, Kirk Jr. God Bless You, and Mr. Rosewater. So I picked up a lot of those. I'm not going to go through all those. There's way too many. But it's funny thing. Pretty much every single book I got, the guy wrote his name, when he purchased it, and where. That's fine with paperbacks. So I'm going to be putting like $1 on each one. But in my opinion, books that have writing inside or a torn dust jacket are pretty much worthless for resale. They have resale value, but any real value is destroyed when someone writes in a book. For some reason, this guy did it to all of them. I'd say 95% of them he did. Really like this one. Frank Gehry. It was from Half Price Books from 2009. They purchased it. Like I said, they put in every single book, they put that information on there. The American Wing. This is the American collection at the Met. Just goes through furniture, sculpture. Let's see here. Silver. Book for the Anastasi. Some of these are kind of pamphlet-like books. I'll be keeping this one. I don't know a lot about Indian art and pottery, but I have 2 or 3 books that are really cool with Indian jewelry, pottery, and information about the artist. So that's pretty cool if I would go and dive into the information. Another coffee table book about Paris. That's kind of interesting. Some of these older books like this, the dust jackets really call your attention. But on the interior, there's really not much photos. There's black and white photos. But the interior doesn't really catch your eye very much. I'll be taking this to the store. Impressionist masterpieces. I think I had this book before, or I still have it. The Great Book of French Impressionists. I had a whole bunch of the classics with these slip covers on them, but I didn't bid on them. They went to $220 for the whole bookshelf. I'm sure glad I didn't buy a whole bunch of them if they're all written in, which I'm afraid those books were written in. But this one wasn't, so maybe none of them were, or not many. The Burrell Collection. In his introduction to the Burrell Collection, John Julius Norwich describes the collection of historical and artistic objects amassed by the Glasgow shipowner Sir William Burrell as a treasure house. And indeed it is. It has religious art. See, it has tapestries here. We also found some articles in here. This is out of Dallas newspaper about the museum. And they dated this one, let's see here, 1986. And they bought it in Dallas. The Chateau of France. A lot of black and white photos in here. Actually has colored as well. Lulude Fontaine Henry. Sorry about that. It's hard to see these books on this camera and the way I have it positioned. But this is how it's set up, so we could just continue. The Lost Treasuries of Louis Comfort Tiffany. I'm actually doing a video right now about some architecture in Miami that's found on Miami Vice. And Louis Comfort Tiffany actually had one of his homes there in Miami where one of these buildings now sits. So it's pretty interesting. That'll be coming up pretty soon. So stay tuned to my channel. Passine art book. Sanctuary in America, A Fruitful Period, 1914 to 1920. A few portraits there. Looks like they're all portraits. The Nelson A. Rockefeller Collection, Masterpieces of Modern Art. See here. I need to figure out how to get this thing set up or exactly where I need to put what I'm showing so you can see it. I'll be definitely keeping this one, being that it's on modern art. Those are by George Brock. Very cool sculpture here. Love Brutalist sculpture. So that looks like a really cool book. Let's see if he wrote his name and everything in this one. This one is purchased at Strand price, it says 1981. Not sure where that is. Yep, sure enough. Bought it in 1981 in New York. We got quite a few left. We'll see how many we hit. Also picked up some historical books. The Twilight War, The Secret History of America's 30-Year Conflict with Iran. Paperback, The Art of Africa. A lot of black and white photos. Okay, let's get to this last box. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. This is a nice thick book. Let's see what kind of art let's see what kind of photographs it has in here. Yep, that's really good. It's a really good book here. As you can tell, I love books with pictures. Pictures say 1,000 words, don't they? A lot of these kind of books I don't keep for myself. I like to sell these. I like to read books that are about specific artists versus general history of art. And I also need to make some of my money back as well. This is a big one here. There's a big one here. Paintings in the Louvre. It's gonna be hard to show this one. Anyway, I'm not gonna show this one. That's a hefty book here. Very cool. Also have this Franco Gehry book. This one does not have a dust jacket. This is the keeper for sure. The Victoria and Albert Museum. Nice and crispy. It appears that these people bought all these books. They put the date, his name, and where they bought it, and stuck it up on the shelf, never to use it again. And that seems to be the case with most of these books. I don't see how they're able to read all these books. I guess they're like me, they just like to collect, which I do read my books as well. Okay, another hefty book. Save the best for last. The Museum of Modern Art in New York. Looks like it came out of a library. Yeah, this is definitely a keeper for me. Georgia O'Keeffe book. I know I have at least one of her books. I've probably sold a couple of them as well. I'm not quite sure how many I have of hers. This book's called 100 Flowers. A few more. One on Moreau. That one looks kind of psychedelic. From, let's see here, from 1937. Shaker, Life, Work, and Art. I really like the books on the Shakers. I love their design. And last but not least, I'll show you this one. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Hieronymus Bosch, The Complete Paintings and Drawings. Very surrealist cover. Oh, this is very interesting. I'll have to check out this book. A lot of religious paintings. Let's see here. I'm gonna find something. Yeah, this one's written in, highlighted. And that's it. That's our haul. Like I said, we got a whole bunch more. We got a lot of classics, paperback. And these are pretty much all the art books I got. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.